This is Ursus horribilis, the grizzly bear.
Oh, I tell you, I'd be lying to you if I wasn't excited about going to British Columbia and hunting grizzly bears.
To have to put in a lot of effort. Grizzly bears, you know, they're pretty reclusive.
Grizzly bear hunting at its finest.
He's got lots of time. The wind's in our favor. Let him turn.
You got nowhere here.
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay, here comes a shot.
From the spirit of adventure and the heartbeat of the hunt. It's what to trust, it's what to keep, it's Winchester. We're what to trust, we're what to keep. We're Winchester.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by Winchester Repeating Arms, the guns that work. She Outdoor Apparel, clothing for her expedition. Hunter's Specialties, for sportsmen, by sportsmen. Redhead, finest in the field since 1856.
Oh, I tell you, I'd be lying to you if I wasn't excited about going to British Columbia and hunting grizzly bear. It's one of the last places you can hunt grizzly bear in Canada.
I've been a guide and an outfitter for the last 10 years in Alberta. I expanded here this spring a little bit into BC doing this grizzly hunt.
It seems like there's a lot of grizzly bears, and they are in British Columbia, but it's big, rugged country, and I tell you what, it's going to test your skills. You're going to be glassing them snow-capped mountains, you're going to be glassing the valleys, you're going to be riding horses and sleeping in log cabins and splitting firewood and just a country fresh air. I'm telling you what, this is a hunt.
Bob Foulkrod, certainly one of the most experienced and accomplished bear hunters in North America. During his long hunting career, he's taken every species of bear, from black to polar to brown and grizzly, and he's hunted them with every type of weapon, whether centerfire, muzzleloader, compound bow, and even longbow.
To have to put in a lot of effort. Grizzly bears, you know, they're pretty reclusive. So we'll work hard and hopefully have a good hunt and a bear at the end of it.
And there's going to be a lot of downtime. When I say downtime, it's spending hours and hours of glassing. You ride the horse maybe a quarter of a mile to a half a mile, get off, and you start glassing again. You know, waiting for the sun to change angles and glassing for, you know, for the footprints, looking for anything, maybe an elk kill, anything that you can do to get the upper advantage of them. And when you start to getting depressed and tired and thinking you're not seeing anything, just lift your head one time and look to see where you are. Snow-capped mountains, great big mountains, and I mean, it brings you right back to reality again. Grizzly bear hunting at its finest.
The grizzly isn't the only dangerous game in North America, but it's the one that inspires the most awe. It has formidable size, speed, strength, teeth, claws, and intelligence. Theodore Roosevelt thought that a grizzly would be a match for any African lion or Indian tiger, if they ever met. He killed his first and biggest grizzly at 10 paces in the Bighorn Mountains in the 1880s and wrote that a man who would follow into his own haunts and slay old Ephraim, as the grizzly was called, should have a thoroughly trustworthy rifle and a fairly cool head. Big and potentially dangerous game like grizzly bear called for big-time stopping power. Foulkrod is hunting grizzly with his .325 WSM, but the .460 S&W big bore handgun is also packed and loaded with the Winchester Supreme Elite Dual Bond bullet. It's the bullet that can drop a 600-pound grizzly in its tracks. Dual Bond provides superb penetration and nearly 100% retained weight. Winchester's groundbreaking bonding technology welds the core to the jacket, and then a second heavy outer jacket is mechanically bonded to create a revolutionary bullet within a bullet for deep penetration and dramatic stopping power.
I feel that horses give us that opportunity to access some of the most remote areas that you can hunt in with relative ease. We can pack our equipment in, use them for transportation while we're hunting. You know, it saves a lot of muscle work for us. The horses do a huge part of the job. It allows us to be able to work hard every day and put in that effort that we need to put in to be successful. Ready, Bob?
Yep.
Oh, oh, son. Oh.
See something?
Yeah, there's a bear right there, just down in off the edge below the timber there, Bob. On that hogback, right across from us, right on the edge. He's going uphill kind of, just into the cut block a little ways. 2/3 of the way up, kind of. You'll see him there. Feeding behind us thing. He's gonna be out in that open steady. That's a nice bear. Now I hope he's gonna stay out there and feed something. Look at him. Brown, beautiful bear. He might find the grass patch where he decides he's gonna stay for a while, eh? Let's get off and tie up here. Okay.
Hunting grizzlies can be a truly long-distance sport. Bears are often spotted a long way off and far up, which means some serious hiking and climbing, sometimes just to get a better look at one, with the bear not always willing to cooperate. When the early explorers like Lewis and Clark and the mountain men armed with flintlocks first encountered the grizzly, they met a giant bear that hadn't yet developed a natural fear of human beings. In 1823, one of those mountain men, Hugh Glass, stumbled onto a sow grizzly with 2 cubs. Before he could get off a shot, she picked him up and threw him to the ground. As she mauled him, Glass fought back with his knife until his trapping partners came and helped him kill her. Glass had a broken leg and gashes open to his bare ribs. He fell into unconsciousness, and thinking he would soon die, his partners took his weapons and abandoned him. But Glass came to, and all alone crawled 200 miles to safety.
We spotted that bear from the other hillside. Left the horses down at the bottom and we crawled up here. This is right where he went through. We didn't know whether he went here or maybe over the top. It was getting close to our last light, so we thought we'd call him in, at least attempt it. Doesn't look like it's going to work, but that was definitely a beautiful bear. We had to try something. I can't climb the hill without at least trying to make it work. We followed this trail right up. Same trail that he came up. We played the wind good, but and got up here. It was, oh geez, good half, 3/4 an hour. He was stepping out pretty good. He just don't know where he went. We tried. That's a Winchester moment right there.
Grizzlies aren't the only big game on the mountain.
You see him standing there just to the right? You see the horse will be looking at him? There he is right there, just on that hill.
Yep.
That hold bang on him.
I can just see the top of him.
Just hold low just over the grass. That's it.
There's other prizes to be discovered when Winchester Legends returns. Winchester Legends is brought to you by Otis Technology, the finest gun cleaning systems in the world. SOS Outdoor Products, quality gear for the outdoor enthusiast. And now back to grizzly hunting in British Columbia as Winchester Legends continues. British Columbia's big game includes moose, mountain goat, mule deer, enormous elk, and bighorn, free-roaming bison, grizzly and black bear, large numbers of cougars, lynx, and bobcats, and the great timber wolf.
One of the things that may happen during a hunt like this, and I always encourage every hunter that comes, is to purchase a wolf tag. You know, you're out there hunting, your main species may be, whether it's a bighorn sheep or moose or elk, or grizzly bear like we're hunting this week, the opportunity to harvest a wolf is always there.
Guess what? I had that timber wolf tag in my hand. And them guys was getting the horses, and it was kind of rainy and misty, and all of a sudden they come running back in.
Bob, grab your gun quick. Get the camera. There's a wolf right out here by the horses.
Yeah, what's my chances to actually see in the timber wolf? Time I grab my rifle, go around and get back out there where the horses were, and still have him there. Luck would have it, there he was.
It's the horse there. You see him standing there just to the right. You see the horse will be looking at him. There he is right there, just on that hill.
Yeah,
That whole bang on him.
I can just see the top of him.
Just hold low just over the grass. That's it. Ooh. Oh, look at that! Oh, it just knocked him right down.
Luck would have it, there he was. We had the old bird dog horse standing there looking, and had locked right in on him. And I dropped down on one knee, and I didn't have much area to shoot at. I had that, you know, straight on shot, and you know, that's practice at home paid off. You know, and that old 325 hit him, and I want to tell you, I had myself a timber wolf, and that is a rare animal to have.
Well, you know, I come up here for bears, but to pick up a wolf for a trophy, I mean, I'm a happy camper right now.
Yeah, well,
If we don't get the bear, I got a rare trophy right there.
they say the wolf is the hardest trophy in North America to come by. They're, you know, you never see them very often, mostly at nighttime when they're traveling.
Yeah, especially a wolf. You know, I mean, that's a trophy that most people just don't get a chance to see in daylight hours, let alone get a shot at one.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah. With calving season, you know, 2 weeks from now for the elk and the moose, taking this wolf out of here probably saves 10 or 12 animals just this spring alone.
Well, I'll tell you, if I don't get anything else on this trip, I've got me a trophy, man. Appreciate it.
Well, congratulations, Bob. Good shooting again.
One of the benefits that we have, this particular location that we're hunting out of, is we have a very comfortable camp. We have cabins to stay in case the weather gets bad. And due to the fact that there's exploration lines from the oil and gas industry and a lot of cuts from the timber industry where they've logged the trees on the hillsides, creates a lot of habitat for the bears. Open edges, opens that timber up for us to be able to look in there, you know, gives us that little bit of an edge, increase our success rate.
Foulkrod has his trophy wolf, but he hasn't given up on taking a grizzly, as we'll see when Winchester Legends comes back.
Oh, Bob, he's right there. You see him right there, Bob? Okay. Got lots of time. He doesn't know we're there at all. He's just feeding down in on those cabbage plants.
Yeah, I got him.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by Winchester Repeating Arms, the guns that work. She Outdoor Apparel, clothing for her expedition. Hunter's Specialties, for sportsmen, by sportsmen. Redhead, finest in the field since 1856. Winchester Legends is brought to you by Otis Technology, the finest gun cleaning systems in the world. SOS Outdoor Products, quality gear for the outdoor enthusiast. When the mountains of British Columbia get into your blood, they don't go away, as grizzly bear guide Cody Christoph knows.
One of the things that I crave for many years in my life now is to be in the mountains. I've spent a majority of my life up in the mountains, and they give me something inside that I just really can't explain, but a personal satisfaction. My partner Carrie and I, we've spent most of our life in the mountains, outfitting, packing horses, doing trail rides with people. We get to share that special experience with people that have never seen the mountains. They come out there and you just see that untouched beauty. Look across there and you just feel like it just soothes your soul, or I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's just absolutely fantastic. And in the wintertime, during the months when I can't be up there in the mountains, when the weather's too rough, the snow is too deep, by the time the spring hits, I get this terrible itch and I just got to go back to the mountains. So here we are this spring, British Columbia, Canada here. Going to be hunting grizzly bears this week. And, you know, I just wish for one time I'd be able to see the mountains once more for the first time.
On the hunt for grizzly, Foulkrod stows his gear in the Camo Redhead Buddy Lock Mountaineer Pack. Riding comfortably on contoured padded shoulder straps and waist belt with a hands-free carry boot for rifle or bow and room for a hydration system, this is a pack for all seasons.
Oh, there he is right there. Get down, right there, get down.
All of a sudden we're coming up over, and all of a sudden there he is. He's out in the middle of the pipeline feeding. He's right in the power line that we were riding.
He's right there.
And we jumped off those horses and ran them to the wood line and tied them up and came back.
Got him right there, Bob. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Okay, you got your rangefinder, Bob? I'll just go up around the bend there, and I'll take a yardage on him. Okay, get on. Then, yeah, right on. It's right here, Bob. He's just right there, just right in the corner, Bob. He don't know we're there. I ranged him, he's 212 yards. We'll just move just out here a couple of steps and you'll be able to get a good shot on him. You see him right there, Bob? Yep, I got him. Okay. Got lots of time. He doesn't know we're there at all. We'll just let him walk out. He has no idea we're there. He's just feeding down in on those cabbage plants.
Yeah, I got him.
He's got lots of time. The wind's in our favor. Let him turn.
Oh, almost.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
He's facing us right now.
Okay, just wait.
He doesn't know we're here.
No, whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay, here comes the shot. Here we go.
Good shot, Bob. He's down. He's down. He's down. Put another one in. Get him. Get him again. Get him again.
Hit him good.
He hit him good, Bob.
He's down, I'm sure.
He went in right at them willows.
Everything was perfect for us to get this grizzly bear. And I got my old tripod set up. Stood there and squeezed that 325 off and that Winchester. Oh, I want to tell you, it just hammered him. And he turned around, he was rolling around, and I was just getting ready to squeeze it off, and he got up and he started to run away from me. And I give him one more shot just for keepers, and I got myself a grizzly bear.
Well, geez, hey Bob, we were just come riding along down the pipeline there. You know, I come around the bend, I swung a little wide because I knew this bend was here, I wanted to have a look. I just got out far enough to see down here, and here this bear was right in this creek down here feeding on this cabbage plants and stuff. And boy, we just bailed her back off to the side of the pipeline. We're bailing off of there, the ear flying.
Yeah. Last thing I looked is as I was going by, I was looking up the hill to see whether he'd seen us or not. He didn't have a clue we were there.
Never had a clue.
No.
Wind was right in our face, you know. And once we got everybody off the horse here and got everything settled down.
Oh, we got all the time in the world. He didn't have a clue.
Never had a clue
When
we
I
were
hit
there.
him, boy, it just, oh, it hurt him, didn't it?
Nice shot, 200 yards. And the bear only went 50 yards here into the creek is just incredible.
Well, hunting has a lot to do with timing, you know. We got snow-capped mountains, you know. There's nothing for them to feed up there. They have to come down and feed in this green grass. So we hit this perfect. Well, I'll tell you what, I've always had a love for bears, especially grizzly bears. I want to thank you, man. It's been absolutely a pleasure and another fine hunt.
Oh, right on, Bob. Thanks a lot. It's always fun having you around.
What a beautiful grizzly that is right there. Oh, he's beautiful blonde and starts turning color and gets started all the way down his leg to black. And look at those claws onto him, man. Boy, look at that. He's been out a little while. He's been digging. He's hungry for sure. Look at them claws. I wouldn't want one of them things to get a hold of you.
So what do you think? Coming into British Columbia, wound up with the 2 tags, wound up getting myself a beautiful grizzly bear, and these are interior grizzly bears. what a gorgeous hide onto him. And a timber wolf too. Like I said when I left, going to BC, snow-capped mountains, river crossings, horses, log cabins, splitting firewood, coffee on the stove. It just doesn't get much better than that right there.
Winchester's new ammunition ballistics calculator is live on Winchester.com. Choose your type of ammunition and compare up to 5 different Winchester products with easy-to-read high-tech ballistic charts and graphs. Customize shooting conditions by entering wind speed and outside temperature, adjust 0 marks for sighting in, then print the ballistics for later reference on the range or in the field. Winchester's new ammunition ballistics calculator is live on Winchester.com.